Today, we dissect the tragedy that is Itachi Uchiha, a shinobi whose legend is etched in agony and misunderstood sacrifice. To truly grasp the scope of his actions, we must understand the world that molded him, a world still reeling from the scars of the Third Great Ninja War. This conflict, a devastating, relentless machine of death, stripped the concept of innocence from a generation. While his peers were learning the basics of friendship, Itachi was absorbing the brutal, complex reality of power politics and the devastating cycle of hatred that fueled the shinobi nations. His childhood was not one of playful exploration. It was a period of grim, accelerated maturation. He possessed an innate, almost spiritual, imperative to protect peace, even if it meant becoming the antithesis of everything he was meant to be. At the tender age of 4, Itachi witnessed true carnage, an experience so profound it fundamentally shifted his entire worldview. Death became more than a distant threat. It was a tangible, omnipresent force. This experience dictated his entire trajectory. His goal shifted from simply achieving strength to becoming the structural foundation that prevented such widespread suffering from occurring again. This objective, this impossible moral tightrope walk, was the central dogma of his life. His genius was not just physical. It was the terrifying, almost prophetic maturity of his intellect and emotional detachment. His path through the Shinobi Academy was less a journey and more a record-breaking sprint. He graduated at the age of 7, leaving the entire community stunned. The Sharingan, the coveted genetic treasure of his clan, manifested in him by age 8. He excelled through the Chunin exams at age 10. And by the time he was 13, an age when most genin were barely mastering basic elemental techniques, Itachi was promoted to captain in the ANBU Black Ops, a position usually reserved for the most seasoned and trusted veterans. His ascent was dizzying, driven not by a lust for glory or personal power, but by a chilling, relentless need to position himself at the epicenter of power, where he believed he could best influence the peace. Yet, amidst this terrifying professionalism, a single point of light remained: his little brother, Sasuke. Sasuke was everything Itachi was not allowed to be: innocent, expressive, and full of admiration. Itachi poured his remaining emotional capacity into Sasuke, engaging him in simple, yet profoundly meaningful training sessions. He taught Sasuke basic techniques, but more importantly, he taught him through quiet encouragement, always ending with that gentle, yet often painful, flick to the forehead. This gesture was a silent, desperate promise: I am here. You are safe. These were the final, fleeting moments of genuine happiness Itachi would ever know. However, the political landscape of Konoha was fracturing. Following the devastating Ninetales attack, the Uchiha clan was deliberately marginalized and exiled to the village outskirts. This systematic alienation bred deep resentment, which the clan leadership, helmed by Itachi's proud and formidable father, Fugaku Uchiha, transformed into a plan for a full-scale military coup d'état. The Uchiha were prepared to seize control and plunge the hidden leaf into a devastating civil war. This internal conflict, Itachi knew, would leave the village vulnerable to external enemies and certainly lead to the destruction of the Uchiha themselves. Itachi was forced into a role that would destroy him. As an ANBU captain, he was secretly tasked by the village elders, specifically Danzo Shimura and the Konoha Council, to serve as a double agent. His mission was to gather intelligence on his clan's revolutionary plans. He was trapped. On one side, his unwavering loyalty to the concept of peace and the village he swore to protect. On the other, his obligation to the family and clan that had raised him. His identity was shredded. He was a traitor to his blood, yet a martyr for the greater good. The emotional toll of this espionage was immense, culminating in the painful loss of his best friend, Sasuke Uchiha, an event that pushed Itachi even closer to the moral abyss. The village leadership presented Itachi with an impossible, soul-crushing ultimatum: allow the coup to proceed, leading to the utter annihilation of both the Uchiha and the village's hard-won stability, or eliminate the entire clan and ensure the peace of the entire Hidden Leaf Nation. Itachi faced a choice that no human, let alone a 13-year-old boy, should ever have to make. He chose the latter, choosing global peace over familial loyalty, becoming the sole architect of his own damnation. To successfully execute this unimaginable task, Itachi sought out the assistance of the legendary Uchiha remnant, Madara Uchiha, or Tobi, as he was known at the time. Itachi secured a promise: Madara would agree to leave Konoha completely untouched. This partnership was a necessary evil that sealed the fate of his lineage. The night of the massacre remains one of the most chilling events in the history of the Hidden Leaf. Itachi, consumed by duty and grief, systematically silenced his entire clan. The most painful moment was facing his parents, Fugaku and Mikoto. They did not resist. They looked upon their son with a devastating blend of pain and understanding, offering him not condemnation but their final, heart-wrenching instruction, a directive that would shape the rest of his existence: protect Sasuke.